What's up, good people? It's your boy Laws OSS 980 Other Side of Sports. I'm in the building, got my man Aaron. We rocking out, dog. Usually we don't do this, but we gotta talk about it. Nick Saban out here dry snitching. I'm gonna let y'all hear what he had to say. What was he at? Was he at a conference or something? The NCAA conference?
It looks like a
Wherever
seminar or something like that.
he was comfortable. Here you go. Check this
There are
out.
rules, just like Nate said. We have a rule right now that says you cannot use name, image, and likeness to entice a player to come to your school. Hell, read about it in the paper. I mean, Jackson State paid a guy $1 million last year that was a really good Division I player to come to the school. It was in the paper, and they bragged about it. Nobody did anything about it.
Nikki, how dare this man, dog? First of all, he making stuff up. Second of all, what are you hoping to accomplish by doing this? Is this his move?
He wants some investigations to take place so he doesn't have that even playing field because he can't compete clearly when he feels like everybody has the same resources or the same kind of reach that he feels like he has being at Alabama. Because Alabama, just by nature, with the previous rules, they got the best facilities, they got the best football budget, so they can basically go get whoever they want, the best of the best. And when you have the best players, hands down in college football, generally speaking, you have a better chance to win than most of those other people. And that's what he's done when he has that advantage. When he was with the Dolphins, he wasn't whooping on Bamas like that. He didn't look like a genius coach. And so now when you add that in those NIL deals, and you got places like Texas where they got the breadsticks for real. So that takes away the collegiate resources and the money that they're funneling from the football program and adds boosters and all these other Bamas that can pay these jokers. And Texas stomps on Alabama when it comes to the funding. So when you look at was it Texas A&M, you know what I mean?
Jimbo.
Those dog.
Well,
All of a sudden,
he had shots fired at Jimbo too. Here go what he had to say about Jimbo.
And you've read about them. You know who they are. I mean, we were second in recruiting last year. A&M was first. A&M bought every player on their team, made a deal for name, image, and likeness. All right, we didn't buy one player. All right, but I don't know if we're going to be able to sustain that in the future because more and more people are doing it.
the level of narcissism. I'm not glad Jimbo called it out. Like he's so entitled, and that's how they are. Like the fact that you're upset that there's a different advantage that other people have. He wasn't complaining when he had all the advantages at
That's what I'm
Alabama.
saying. When this Batman had all the main Batmans on his squad, it was no complaints out of this guy.
He wanted to be one way, and they so toxic. And it's like he didn't see anything wrong with anything he said.
Oh, this
Deion told y'all this is gonna happen.
this is what Deion said. What he say 2 years ago?
We got some dogs coming. The reason I know why we got some dogs coming is because we're receiving some hate. We got Power 5 schools hating on OJSU, telling the kids, hey, you know what? They don't have this, or they don't have that, or they can't afford this, or they can't afford that. Yeah, they darn right we can't. But guess what we got? We got what we got. And we got hope. And we got love. And we got compassion. And we got coaches that know the darn game, that are very competent, that are very capable, that has character. We don't even talk about other schools. We don't do that because that's just not who we are. That's just like you trying to holler at a girl and you trying to tell the girl what the guy ain't to get the girl. We don't do that. You know why? Because we're real with it. We just do what we do. We make the most of what we have. And we gonna make the most of that kid that you're trying to get. He coming in here, no matter what you say. You know why? Because we got it. And you don't know what it is. JSU. I Look, now get it out of the leave so they can understand. True.
Dog,
Dog,
you know how some people are just perfect.
Let me just say this, dog. Deion Sanders is by far my favorite athlete of all time. Nobody's coming close. Number two is Marshawn Lynch. Dog, this Batman is a marketing genius. And he understands the big separator is, dog. He understands what it is. It's being able to connect, being able for someone to believe that you have their best interest at heart and at mind. And now the veil has been moved away. Them players, you trying to go and sit in the living room and talk to their parents like, oh yeah, we're going to take care of your son. We're going to give him the best education. We're going to give him that. You think Deion giving that spiel when he's talking to the kids, huh?
He don't have to.
He going in there saying, your child, he wants to go to the next level. We know that. We're going to try to get him to the next level. That's the goal. So that you can provide for you and your family. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that your child is taken care of because ultimately that's what you care about. And the truth is, they won't say this, but Nick Saban was paying kids, dog. They still paying kids. What you mean? This dude, he had the unmitigated gall to go up there and tell those fabricated lies, dog. Get him out of here, dog. When people start responding and reacting like this out of fear, the end is near.
And it's funny that they fight so hard against diversity, but that exact same diversity, if they would spend more time being in touch with the actual people in the culture, Dion wouldn't have such a big advantage over these guys. And he says, "We have it, but you don't know what it is because
They
they
don't
fight
know
it.
it.
They fight it every step of the way, every step of the way."
Yo, that's
And whenever
funny.
you're in their space, even if you are black, you got to assimilate to the way they do things, to their culture. Instead of them embracing some of these other things, they want to be rigid. They want to be dinosaurs. Well, dinosaurs went extinct though because they couldn't adapt. And we're at that
Dog,
point now where stuff is changing and they're fighting tooth and nail because they don't want to have to adapt. They want to do things the way they're used to doing things. But it's a new day.
Jimbo Fisher had a press conference 30 minutes after this joke came out.
I'm rocking with Texas A&M this year out of the Power
Dog, it's
Five. Bama.
it's some smoke now. I mean, now you talking about intriguing storylines. They done wrote it into the script. Dog, Nick Saban is the type of Bama, dog, that he be your next door neighbor and you play the music too loud, he call the
He
police
call the
on you,
police
dog.
every
You
time.
already you already know.
And then he
You
gonna shake your
already
hand in the
know.
morning and act like it ain't happened. If his name ain't on a police report and you don't know, he ain't gonna tell you.
he ain't, gonna, ain't like he gonna come be a stand-up dude, knock on the door. Hey, bro, can you just turn it down a little bit? Like we can hear you over here. We trying to sleep, whatever. None of that. That Bama gonna hide in the basement. 911 emergency. Yeah. The neighbors down the street, they playing the music too loud. Can you go get them,
I think
please?
they got guns and drugs in the house, so get here fast.
You already
You one of them
know.
dudes, dog.
He dry snitching, dog, trying to get Bama's hemmed. Cause
Trying to get
like,
investigations going, but stop it. I hope they investigate him. That's what I hope.
dog, and the thing is, Nick Saban has been able to ride the coattails of his white privilege and just hide in the back. See, the thing is, Alabama's prominence has been good for college football. He's brought in money to the you know what I'm saying, to just that conference. He's a name and he's a face. He's big time, dog. I'm sure the Bama walking on water in Alabama. And people
You
don't
already
even
know.
know These big time coaches, though, they don't pay for nothing. They go eat wherever they want to eat, and they just, oh, it's on us, coach. Like, we got you, boo boo. So these Bama's is making millions of dollars, and then they spend no money.
And I and another thing to add, like aside from his narcissism and his selfish rooted issues, which is why he said something, the other piece to that is he doesn't want these young black boys getting paid. He wants to keep the money out of their pockets. He feel like what they offer them, the scholarship should be enough. Even though most of them dudes wouldn't be in school if it wasn't for football. They don't want to. They don't want a degree necessarily. They want to get to the league. So that's a big part of it. That's a big
No,
part of
that old slavery mindset.
it.
It,
Down in
it-
Alabama too, like you already
you
know how
already
it's.
know. You already know. Yeah, dog. I It's changing. That
Jimbo got on
NIL,
his ass.
yeah,
Jimbo got on his
Jimbo
ass.
was he wasn't playing. He was like, before all this, you think people was moving straight and correct on a narrow path? Nah, Bob. Yeah, dog. I just it's about to get real dicey, Aaron. It's about to get real dicey. Cause the players about to start getting money. I mean, we knew it was coming down the pipe. We knew. I thought I'd never see the day when college players will be getting checks for name, image, and likeness.
And so the
But it's
thing is,
here.
they're still not getting paid by college football, which they should be. But at least now they're able to get some bread. You know what I mean? Figure it
Mhm.
out. All that money they making off of these guys, they still not paying them. But then he mad about that. So it's just it's ridiculous. It's the slave owner down in Alabama, Southern, you know what I mean, dinosaur mentality. But he
Oh,
on his
and
way
this the
out.
but
Put
this is the
wings on him.
thing. Yeah, he on his way. He on his way out. The thing is, though, if he just had this one thing, Aaron, everything would be all right. Just a pinch of it. He could stay at the top. Humility. Just recognize the times is changing. The old way of doing stuff just not gonna work no more. And instead of fighting against it, take a page out of Deion book, see where you can where the open holes is at, and then capitalize on it. It ain't like Alabama ain't got money and
But who
resources.
fights? Who fights? Who always fights when change comes? The winners. The people who was winning the old way. The masses are the masses gonna fight every time because they stacking W's as long as they got that advantage.
Oh, it's over. The advantage is done. Now you know what this is going to do? This is going to push these younger players to even be even more wanting to go to Jackson State or
Texas
or
A&M somewhere where they
Texas
with
A&M.
the times. So you know that's gonna be when they end up playing this year. That's gonna probably be the biggest game on the docket coming up. And I
You
love to
already
see
know.
Texas A&M thrash Alabama.
You already know. And that's the thing. When you see the recruits, it's slipping because you know it's a big board of recruits. You got like all the top 100. And usually Alabama get like, they probably get like 10% of the top 100 players to their squad. And sometimes, depending on the year, they might get more than 10% of the top 100 players in the country going to one team. So now that number is dwindling down, and you might be in the 2% range. And if you got a Jackson State that now is jumped up to 2% too, you're going to have a problem, Aaron. All these guys you used to get all the time, now they not, they like Alabama, like, I mean, yeah, I might go to Alabama, but you know, we going to see. Now they giving the Alabama, we going to see treatment. When Nick Saban could just get on the phone, he didn't even have to show up to the house. He just get on the phone, be like, hey, yeah, man, we looking at you. We want you to come to our school. Like, you going to accept the off. Like, it used to
It's
be
like
just
death
like that.
row.
He didn't
Like you
have
an
to
artist
move.
and death row call you. Like, yeah.
Off break. You're not even looking at the terms. You just like, what? Like, yeah, young, I'm down. I'm down. I'm with it. I'm with it. Not no more. Dog. Deion, he might be the smartest athlete of all time, dog. The way he's been able to maximize his star status in various different ways is it's just it's unparalleled. We've never seen nothing like this. We've never seen nothing like this, dog. The way he's been able to move in different spaces and then become like the best in all of these spaces. Bam was a cooker on the football field, cooker on the baseball field. Then the Bama went to retired, went to commentating, became one of the top commentators, like took over NFL Network. Like all I wanted to hear was what Deion had to say. Got his own show on the Jump. Jump was not a flop. It was a good show. He's still the most entertaining draw, right? When he do go on TV. Then he went and to coach at HBCU. And Aaron, we was here at the beginning. Bams was like, dog, Jones, he not dog is gonna fail, dog. He not gonna be able to do it. Woo, woo. All these naysayers, all these haters, dog. Y'all don't know how, dog. Jackson State, dog. Yeah, they gonna be sorry still. Like, woo, woo, woo. What the Bama do, Aaron?
Made it work and still growing.
Still growing. Went to a ratty HBCU too. Bama was stealing from him and everything at the beginning. Remember that? They went into Bama
Yeah.
locker and
Stealing
everything.
his boom box, break into the car.
Dog. So he weathered it all. Somebody was like, man, I ain't dealing with this, young. Weathered it all. Then he started to get recruits. Then he snagged the top 100, top 5 recruit in the country. When he did that, that's where everybody was like, hold on, hold. What'd he do to get him? Dog, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these Bamas is out of touch. They don't know. That's what I be saying about the rate. The same thing he talking about in the NFL space is the same thing we be talking about in media, in radio. They don't have it.
They ain't got it.
And they don't know what it is. They just like,
That's what they would say. It's an inexact science. Nobody. It's not an inexact science. You just don't
dog.
know. It's so hard for them to say I don't know. So they'll rather say the game is rigged, the system's flawed, just to not have to say they don't know something.
Dog. Deion, get him, Deion. Get him. This Joe done turned the table. You like you try and carry a tray and like you see the waiter like Bama get wobbly and then one cup fall off the tray. You know what's coming next. All the cups about to fall off. The whole tray about to be on the floor, dog. That's where they at right now. That's where they at. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Tune in every Tuesday. We got the podcast. Shout out Where's Buffy. Shout out Lance J Radio, Free Agent Radio. Please subscribe to the channel. And we out.